And now, your First Alert 5 weather.
And welcome back, everyone. As expected, a much more mild day today. Also, thankfully, those winds stayed relatively calm, but that is not expected to be the case as we make our way into the day on Tuesday and Wednesday. Right now in Pueblo, seeing clear skies out there. Now past sunset, but still some twilight in the area. 38 degrees the current temp with winds out of the north at about 5 miles per hour. Take you outside to Canyon City. Still some snow on the ground from the New Year's Eve and New Year's Day storm, but I suspect we did see a lot of snow melt today as temperatures were allowed to rise well into the upper 50s. Right now, current temp outside right around 53 degrees. And for La Junta, staying relatively cold today across the lower Arkansas River Valley. Not as much snow melt here. Temperature right now hovering around 36 degrees. So high pressure, that's our fair weather maker, helping to bring in those more pleasant changes to the region today, but it's all ahead of our next developing system. We've got some snow showers to talk about around Wednesday night to Thursday morning, and mountain snow that develops tomorrow night. But ahead of that, the big story is going to be a noticeable increase, another surge of these strong winds. I think they crank in the mountain areas between midnight and 6 a.m. You'll likely see some strong gusts between 6 and 10 from Canyon City to Westcliff, Salida, Woodland Park. These areas easily seeing gusts 40 to 60 miles per hour. And then I think around 9 to 11, the winds expand east into the I-25 corridor, into the Arkansas River Valley. Though this go around, I think most of the energy stays along and north of Highway 50. Let's stop this again for you around 2:30, 3 o'clock. Still seeing gusts around 30 to 50 for the I-25 corridor, but look, a little weaker for Trinidad versus, say, Pueblo, Canyon City, also Monument to Denver. Gusts could be quite strong in those spots. Then eventually, just after sunset, the strongest winds should be behind us. Now, the downslope energy again brings in not only gusty winds, but drier conditions and some relatively warm air. So we'll be back into the 50s in the Springs, and we'll be even warmer in Pueblo tomorrow. I think we could see a daytime high right up near 60 degrees. Wind again expected to crank on Wednesday ahead of a cold front that drops in during the afternoon hours. Now, most of the energy with this system I think is going to stay pretty far north of us. We will only get the tail end of it. And I talked about this in the 4:30 broadcast. Really look for the darker blues. That would be the better chance for snow. The lighter blue model picks up on just some moisture in the lower levels. And I think this might be a little bit overdone with how far south it goes. You'll see that as we switch maps and talk about the potential for snowfall accumulation across the News 5 viewing area. I think anywhere between maybe a trace to 2 inches, Woodland Park to Monument, maybe 1 to 3 Denver to Castle Rock. Some of that spills over into the plains along and north of Highway 50, but generally south of the Springs, not really expecting more than just a few maybe rogue snowflakes to fly, and really not much accumulation for areas south of Pueblo. Overnight lows tonight down into the teens around Pueblo, and Lamar will be down around 30 for Rye and Canyon City. Those strengthening winds will actually keep us a bit more mild than what we saw last night. 54 tomorrow in the Springs, 59 in Pueblo, so still relatively mild on Tuesday. You see that on the Super 7-day forecast, and very windy. So another day we've got to batten down the hatches. Anything in the yard that's not secured could blow away. That includes some of the patio furniture. Gust here around 40 to 60 miles an hour. Then we have a cold front that drops in Wednesday night. I think there's a chance we get some snow, but better chances would be on the north side of town up to the Palmer Divide. For Pueblo, can't rule out a few flurries behind the system. Much colder air expected, a high of 25 Thursday. And then perhaps another system as we head towards Saturday. Canyon City, got a few chances for some moisture to move through the area, but nothing to get too excited about. Also a lot of wind expected on Tuesday, and then that big cool down on Thursday. Woodland Park, we've got temperatures here around 40 degrees on Tuesday into Wednesday, with the chance for maybe a trace to 2 inches Wednesday night into Thursday morning.